Okay, so we have this notion of voting for a Prime Minister, and it's really proliferated very heavily through the media. You'll often hear them say, who's going to be the next Prime Minister, who's going to be the next Prime Minister, and you've heard me already say in the past, Anthony Green sits in the ABC in his ivory tower on the night and he says, Australia, we're going to find out who the Prime Minister is any minute now. Any minute. Oh, there's another one coming from Fairfax. Oh, it's close, but it looks like it's going to be a Liberal win. You know, oh, there's a Liberal win over here, Labor in that section. And you see them creating this narrative with the people suggesting that they are voting for a Prime Minister, but they are not voting for a Prime Minister. Your vote does not count for a Prime Minister ever. Ever, ever, ever. Not a single, even if you voted 100%, they got 100% of the vote in an electorate, you're still not voting for a Prime Minister. Because your job as an elector is two things, because there are two elections happening right now. That's the other thing. A lot of people don't realise we actually have two elections going. So we have Upper House, which is the Senate, Lower House, which is the House of the House of Representatives. So think about the phrase House of Representatives. What's their job? To represent us. Okay, so it's pretty logical. Do you know the other name for what the Senate is called? The People's House of Review. Okay? How have we forgotten that? The People's House of Review. So that means a senator's job is different to a lower house. So we start hearing language, and we've heard it in the last 2 days from our leaders' debates about we do not want a minority government. We will not form a minority government. It is bad for the country. It is bad for policy. Would you be shocked to know that if I said to you that a minority government is the best thing for the Australian people? It absolutely is. I'll say it again. A minority government is the best thing for the Australian people. And here is why. Because you have a whole group of representatives who are fighting to represent their own communities, which means policy moves more slowly and people don't sneak through policies because they have majority. Now, when we have majority, we get policies flowing through, and the worst case scenario is what we call a rubber stamp Senate. Rubber stamp Senate is where they do not need anyone else to pass policy. So a stupid policy goes through the lower house and it goes up to the stupid people in the upper house and it becomes law and we suffer as a result. That is how it works. So to be really clear, a minority government is the best thing for the Australian people. A majority government serves the major parties. And that's the truth of the matter. Authorised by Tony Moore, candidate for Fisher, the United Australia Party, 153 Goodling Drive, Mirramack, Queensland 4226.